What's up, Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. One way that we do that is by reading aloud amazing picture books. And we end just about every day, pretty much every single day, with a picture book read aloud. I'm going to share with you 10 picture books that I read my 5th graders during the month of May. And very soon I will be sharing the last 9 or 10 picture books that I read aloud to my 5th graders to end the year. That's one I'm really excited about. So if you want to know when that comes out, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be notified when that one comes out. Beautiful book here, We Are Branches, Joy Sidman, Beth Cromes, a beautiful nonfiction picture books about branches and how they are found in nature in so many different ways. Like we think about them with trees, but do we often think about them with roots? Or with a butterfly's wings, or leaves, or like a river, or lightning, all kinds of amazing ways. And it's poetic, it's beautiful, it's breathtaking. If you haven't purchased this book, you are missing out. Add it to your to-read list as soon as possible. This is actually on my list of best 2023 books with a lot of these books. So if you look at the description in the bio, or the description in the video description talks all about that. Seals or Jerks. This one is not out yet. This one comes out in September. It's hilarious. Jared Chapman. This kid is like in love with seals and penguins and how they're like best friends. And she just thinks seals are the best because they're friends with penguins and they are so cool. She's just so into it. And then the penguin's like, actually seals are jerks. They eat us. And she doesn't believe it, so she goes to the aquarium. Then she doesn't believe it. She is there. She ends up like getting on a plane and going to Antarctica. It's hilarious. It's so much fun. The kids were just rolling with this one. You have to meet Lorelei and her journey to see, maybe understand why animals act the way that they do. And maybe she ends up being a little more okay with seals. The wall in the middle of the book. If you haven't read this one, there's this wall in the middle of the book, obviously. And you're like on one side and you think you're on the safe side. Things start to happen on the other side. Such a fun book. John is such an amazing storyteller. This is a really, really fun one to read aloud. It's got a little bit of that monster at the end of the book feel to it. And we read a couple other books by John, a couple other books that he's created this year, and the kids have loved it. So couldn't let him go to middle school without reading this one. All right, this one comes out in the summer of 2023, When You Can Swim, by Jack Wong. Wow. One of the most beautiful picture books of 2023. It starts with the idea of someone learning to swim. And then all of the so like right here, says, when you can swim, first I'll take you to the ocean. And you get to see throughout the story all of the different possibilities that are unlocked for you when you learn to swim. Absolutely breathtaking. It's a pretty thick picture book too, but I just loved it. I had a blast reading it aloud to my 5th graders, and they really took to it as well. So be sure to check out When You Can Swim. It's a winner. Okay, another later in the year book that's coming out, If I Was a Horse. Anytime Sophie Blackall releases a book, you have to read it as soon as possible. And this is no exception. So I'm going to let you just enjoy the story when you get a chance to read it. But I'll just show you a spread. I'm going to show you one more. I can show you one more because you can just never get enough Sophie Blackall illustrations in your life. Never, ever, 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 ever. Check out If I Was a Horse. Just pre-order it and then it'll arrive at your door in August or September. It'll feel like Christmas. Another book that's coming out very soon. This is like a preview video. My 5th graders are spoiled. They've got all these books that haven't even come out. Jeez. What a charmed life they live. Gracie Zhang's When Reuben Plays. Story of Reuben. And Reuben lives in a community that has like a band or orchestra. And when Reuben plays, doesn't really sound like what they're going for. So Reuben will actually, you can see here. Let me show you. Doesn't really jive with the group, right? But then Reuben goes into the woods and Reuben can just play and just let it all out. And the animals are really into it. And then watching Reuben try to bring his unique sound and feel for music to the orchestra is just awesome. Beautiful, beautiful picture book. You will love it. One of my favorite nonfiction books of the year, The Book of Turtles. Okay, so check this out. This is actually the size of this type of tortoise. It's the Burmese star tortoise. Is the actual size. How cool is that? And you just get to learn all about turtles. Cy Montgomery, Matt Patterson. They take you inside. They take you outside. You get to learn all these cool facts. It's fascinating. My favorite, longest their lifespan. You just learn all the stuff. My favorite part is actually when you get to learn about celebrity turtles. And you get to learn about this couple here. I just want to tell everybody about it. This couple was together for 115 happy years. And all of a sudden, BB, the female's like, no, I'm done with you. And then they bit Poldy's shell and put a hole in it. And then they can't get along. So they tried to the zookeepers try to have a romantic meal for them to get back together. No. BB was not having any of it. Check this out. Kids love turtles. Who doesn't love a good turtle? Look how big that turtle is compared to me. So interesting. Check it out though, for real, The Book of Turtles. Cy and Matt should make the book of other animals because they're so good at it. Sora's Seashells. Wow. Sora, his grandmother comes to visit her from far away. I think it's every summer, and they collect seashells, and then Sora goes back to school, and kids make fun of her name. Isn't it Sarah? Then some really sad news about Sora's grandmother comes to the family, and then she gets to go picking seashells with her parents, and they learn how she got her name, and she has this moment in school that's just really beautiful and powerful, and I think this makes a really great read aloud, so check that one out. Real to me, this was so much fun to read aloud to my 5th graders. So you got this kid and this imaginary friend, and it's just cool. And then one day, they're no longer together, and it's very sad. And what I thought about how the story was being told was different than how I realized later in the book. And it was interesting to talk to my 5th graders about that when I read it aloud. And some of them picked up on it way quicker than I did. And I believed them, but part of me was like, man, there's no way you got it. And I know they did. They're just more careful readers than me a lot of times, but really fun book that you should check out when you get a chance. We have a lot of cats and they like to hang out in the videos. Oh, final one. Nicole Wong illustrated, Jennifer Whipple's Enough Is. Wow, what a tough concept for kids, right? How much is enough? What does it mean to have enough of something? And this book does a really good job of making kids think. I love how one of my favorite things is in the beginning. They talk, so somewhere between a little and a lot, there is enough. It might be hard to spot, but it's always there. And I think it's this next page. There might be a couple pages on it. Well, right here, I love this page. The first time you try on enough, it can feel like a sweater that's a bit too small. I love that. And you really get to not just material things, but other things, hopes, promises, fireworks. It's so interesting what it means to have enough, what it means to be enough. 10 amazing picture books we read in May. The days we have left together are limited. I'll be back very soon with the last, we'll just call it 10 for now. The last 10 books that I read aloud to my 5th graders. I'm so excited to cherish these last few moments with them, but also like to hang out at my pool with my family in the summer. So I will be where my feet are for the remainder of our time together, but also looking forward to resting. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.